I will never get used to that. I will never get used to that. Oh my god, that is awful. Welcome, bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 2, Episode 6 of The Vampire Diaries, Plan B. Now, last time it was revealed that Mason is working with Katherine, and it is actually Katherine who wanted the moonstone. Now, we don't know why. We still don't know what the moonstone does, which is starting to annoy me, so I hope we find out soon. We also had the fact that Damon and Caroline are vampires revealed to Liz, which didn't go well because on one side she's being betrayed by Damon, her friend, and then also her daughter as well. And we all know Liz sees vampires as complete monsters. There's no good in them. So to find out that your daughter is also one, it obviously destroyed her mentally. Now, the current plan is to wean her off of Vervain and then compel her to forget. But the fact that they didn't show us that episode, them doing it, it leaves the door open to potentially them not going through with it. So I hope that they don't. I think that could be a really interesting story to go down, but we'll see. Also, at the end of the episode, we had Stefan taking a note out of Catherine's book and coming up with the idea of having a little drop of blood every single day to try and get himself used to it, which I definitely think it's a good plan. He needs to be at his best if they're going to be doing all of this, but I can just see so many problems with it. I can see so many issues. Is he going to be able to resist? Is he going to be able to have these little drops and that's it? You know? So I'm excited to see where that goes. And yes, as always, I'm extremely excited to begin. So without further ado, let's go. Right, we did not need the subtitles Stefan moans. Thank you very much.
If Katherine finds out.
Huh. It's so weird because at any point, Elena could be Katherine, you know?
Where's the moonstone?
Somewhere safe.
Don't you trust me?
I don't trust anyone.
You should not trust her, mate.
I need to talk to you.
And when I need to talk to you.
Tyler Lockwood has to kill someone to activate his curse. He's not a werewolf yet. But Mason Lockwood is. And he's looking for a moonstone, a special rock connected to the werewolf legend. That's why he's here.
Okay, one, taking Jeremy's age out of it, I'm only talking about the actor because I know he's older. He's looking mighty fine right here. And secondly, and more importantly, I love that they're including Jeremy in it now. Like, Jeremy's actually part of the team. I know that Elena won't be happy of him actually joining in and helping, but going to Damon is definitely the right route because Stefan would be very against Jeremy trying to help because Elena's against it, whereas Damon, the waters are a lot more foggy with Damon, so he made the right decision there. And I like that they're both bonding now.
Your search for life's purpose is as obvious as it is tragic.
Damn, Damon, you don't need to be like that.
Stefan, hey.
Hey.
I'm cooking dinner tonight. Rick will be there. You should come.
Oh,
This is awkward.
We're kind of taking a pause.
Really? 'Cause that's not what it sounded like this morning.
Jenna, no. Jenna, lie.
I heard nothing.
I do really like Jenna. I hope they keep her around. I don't want her to be like a early season character. Bonnie!
You're here.
I got distracted, sorry.
I'm here.
I haven't seen Bonnie in ages.
Caroline's not coming. I told you. Just making sure.
Oh, Bonnie.
You know, eventually you're gonna have to talk to her. Could you make it a little less obvious you're on her side?
There are no sides, Bonnie. Oh my god.
Since Caroline became a vampire, we barely see each other. Losing Caroline was bad enough. I didn't think I'd lose you too.
You've lost them by your own choice, my darling. You're the reason you've lost them. They've gone nowhere.
Let's talk.
You see, this is the problem. Anytime I see Elena, I have a like weird thing in the back of my mind, like, is this Katherine? So it's annoying.
You didn't eat much.
Oh god.
Dr. Damon said the vervain's almost out of your system. So with any luck, you'll be freshly compelled and back in your own bed by tonight.
Oh, this is so sad to see.
Just gonna pretend like I don't exist.
Unfortunately to her, I think you're dead.
As usual, you don't care. Got it.
Damn.
Just like before I was a vampire.
Damn.
It's not like I died or anything.
Are you really dead?
Oh god.
Yes and no.
How is it possible?
Right, the problem with stuff like this is you get concerned that is Liz doing this out of her love for her daughter and wanting to understand? Or is she doing this from the police side of her where she wants to understand the monsters, you know, so that they're better at killing them? You know what I mean? Like, you can either look at it as she's trying to get to understand her daughter, or that's the side. I hope it's the side that she's trying to understand her daughter, because Caroline's still there. This is the thing. She says, "Are you really dead?" She's talking to you right now, and you can tell by the way they interacted. She's still the same as she was. She's a bit different, yeah, because a lot of her emotions are heightened and everything's a bit warped. But Caroline is still there. She's still your daughter, and pretending like she doesn't exist is not going to help you. I don't know. It's hard to see because it's like you're seeing a mother grieving the loss of her child when her child's right in front of her. You know?
Rick!
Ooh, more Damon and Alaric. And Jeremy. Oh my god, this is such a cool trio when you think about it.
And this is Isabel's research from Duke. Her assistant sent it to me.
Vanessa, the hottie.
So we're keeping Vanessa around, I see.
The werewolf part of the curse. It's sealed with the moonstone.
What do you mean sealed?
Whatever seals the curse is usually the key to unsealing the curse.
Maybe Mason Lockwood believes he can use the moonstone to break the curse.
If we start believing
For
in some
all werewolves or just
supernatural
him?
witchy woo legend from a picture book, we're idiots.
Damon, you're in a world of vampires, werewolves, and witches, like...
It's not that you and Stefan are pretending to fight. I said I didn't even know you guys were fighting at all.
Because you haven't been around.
I'm sorry, I don't want to keep things from you, but you've made it pretty clear where you stand with the whole vampire thing.
Exactly.
So that makes me the odd man out. No, Bonnie, of course not. I know where I stand, Elena, and I know where you stand. But where do we stand?
Right. This is pissing me off now. Bonnie knows where she stands. She knows where Elena stands. Then why is Bonnie surprised that Elena's not talking about her vampire boyfriend? Like, what the fuck? Bonnie is just pissing me off this episode. She's so like, why am I being left out? Like, oh, I've lost all my friends. It's all by choice. Everything you're talking about is by choice. You've lost your friends because you're avoiding them. You've lost touch with this part of Elena's life because you don't want to hear it. So why are you sitting here shocked and upset that you've not heard about shit? Like, pissing me off, man.
I didn't mean to let this craziness with Caroline get in the way of that. But she needs you too.
She does.
Not yet. She's a vampire. I can't.
I get Bonnie's hesitation. Believe me, I do. Like, she literally saw Caroline kill a man. But she's pissing me off. You should know your friend.
Hey, Stefan. Mason?
Yeah,
What did you do to Sheriff Forbes?
Oh, she's fine too. But from now on, you'll have to do your own dirty work.
coward.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Does she get a vibe from werewolves as well? It's different, isn't it? Because she looks confused.
When I touched him, I saw something. I saw Elena.
Katherine?
He was kissing her.
Elena wouldn't kiss.
There you go. And now they know.
Whatever's going on, Jeremy, I want you to stay out of it.
I don't really care what you want, Elena. It's because of you that I'm in this mess in the first place, so... Sorry, you don't really get to tell me what I'm gonna do.
Wow. Okay.
She's gotta be using him.
She has to be. Using him for what?
Catherine always has a plan, guys. You both know it.
So how are we gonna find this moonstone?
Jeremy's getting it from Tyler.
Why would you involve Jeremy?
I literally said it from the start. Damon was the one to go to because Stefan would not have Jeremy involved.
Look, you know what I think of Caroline Forbes? She's an insecure, neurotic, bitchy little twit.
Well, fuck you, mate.
She means well. Just gotta take the good with the bad sometimes.
I mean, I agree, but you don't have to be that fucking shit about it. Elena, he's obviously busy. Like, I get that she wants to know, don't get me wrong, but...
I'm listening.
I have to fill Elena in on what's going on. Can you play nice?
Well, the problem is, Stefan, if you say it out loud, Catherine can hear.
Let's talk about that little witchy juju thing you do with me. You know, the fun one where my brain bursts into flames?
Your blood vessels go pop, but you heal quickly, so I do it over and over again.
Damn.
It would work on anyone with a supernatural healing ability.
Good.
Time to fuck with Mason.
Hey, how'd you get stuck doing that by yourself? Here, let me give you a hand.
What are they gonna do?
Sorry.
No, Bonnie. He's a dickhead. I like that she's working with them, but... One of those annoying storylines where I just wish Bonnie would get over it, but get over it is such a simple term for what she's going through, you know?
I don't want this for you.
It's done. Like, there's nothing she can do, Liz. It's done.
What are you doing?
You're looking for a moonstone. I'm trying to help you find it.
Oh, good. Yeah. Find out if he gave it to Katherine.
find out where she is.
Bonnie, I would stand behind him and do that if I were you, because this bitch can just grab you.
Somewhere small. Dark.
Box?
There's water.
Like a sewer.
No, like a
Well.
well?
Is there a well in the old Lockwood house?
Hey, Judgy. Thank you.
Oh, Damon said thank you. Progress.
Hey, do you remember that old well where we used to play when we were kids?
On the edge of the old Lockwood property.
I think that's where Mason is keeping the moonstone. I gotta go.
Oh, I can come with you.
No, it's okay.
Please, Bonnie.
Sure.
Okay.
Aw, yay. I'm happy about that. Elena, there's nothing you can do right now. It's for your own safety.
Ooh.
Damon. Oh my god, Damon. Oh my god.
So, Catherine, how do you know her? What's she up to?
Damon's having his own interrogation here. Why do I have a feeling Katherine is following Stefan? Is that Elena?
Why do you think some moonstone is down here?
I feel like that's Katherine. I don't trust it. Whenever we see a scene change and we don't, like, we see Elena run off and then she's magically with Stefan, I don't trust it.
Hey, be careful.
I'll only be down there for a minute.
Right. I'm convinced this is Katherine for two reasons. One, the reason I just said, because Elena ran off out of there and then she's magically with Stefan. I don't trust it. Why have we been given a scene where they're separated and then together again, if not for Elena to be switched out? And then two, there's something about her here. Because we all know Elena wouldn't know why Stefan's there, but neither would Katherine. So you can play on that. And also, about something about her demeanor. Something feels wrong. And I don't know what. This could be Elena for all I know. Like, I could just be reading into it too much, but something just feels off. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at this person, it feels off. It doesn't feel like Elena. I don't know. Don't know how to describe what I'm thinking. Oh my god, is that Vervain?
What's going on in there?
I mean, if that is Katherine, she's immune, so she can jump in. Or maybe it isn't.
Lena! Caroline Stefan's down there and the chain is busted.
No, Vervain.
It's filled with vervain.
Well, Caroline can pull the chain, can't she?
I did a search on my phone. It's a plant, Aconitum vulparia, commonly known as aconite, blue rocket, and wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane. Is it the Vervain to werewolves?
What's Catherine doing in Mystic Falls?
Oh. Oh.
Why you ask? You jealous?
Oh, my friend. She's not in love with you.
I didn't offer you anything to eat.
Oh my god, that's awful. Oh my god, that's awful. Oh my god, yeah, Jeremy, how are you stomaching that? I'm not even stomaching it. I'm not even there. This is the problem. This is what I was saying earlier. It's annoying having Katherine because... Oh shit. I was gonna say, it's annoying having Katherine because I'm always suspicious, and even times where is Elena, I'm gonna be suspicious, so... Oh my god, he's just laying in it. Oh my god, May. Oh, Stefan. Pull him out. Are they going to put it back down for Elena? But it's rusted. Oh no. Oh god.
Elena, what's going on?
Oh my god. Bonnie, Caroline, someone help her. Did she get it though? Oh, okay, I thought she dropped something. Oh my god, this episode. Yep. Yeah, Caroline, careful. Jesus.
Screw you. Wrong answer.
Oh, it's gross looking at it come out of his mouth.
I want to know what it does and why you want it.
I don't think he knows.
Why?
She's gonna use it to lift the curse.
Of the moon? Now, why would a vampire help a werewolf break a curse that keeps them from turning whenever they want?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to turn anymore.
Why?
Because she loves me.
Oh, Mason, you fool. You've been duped. Yeah, Damon knows he's been fucked up.
Catherine doesn't love you. She's using you, you moron.
Yeah.
I'm done talking.
Oh, you idiot,
Yes,
mate.
you are.
Is he gonna kill him?
He wants me to kill him anyway. Don't you, Mason? Really, it's a curse, isn't it? I love her. Oh, I know.
You might love her, but she doesn't love you.
Catherine will only rip your heart out. Let me do it for her.
Oh, no. I will never get used to that. I will never get used to that. Oh my god, that is awful.
Where's the sea salt?
Table.
Also, I get character development, but why are we being shown Alaric and Jenna? Like, is something gonna happen? I just realized we can tell if it's Elena based on the necklace, can't we?
It's just that you become this person, this strong, this confident person.
Oh, thank you.
Aww. But
You don't have to take my memories away. I'll keep your secret.
will
If
you?
you're worried about them, just say you compelled me.
This is my concern from earlier. She's a police officer. She's part of the council. I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. I would love for this to be real and for her to actually be doing this for Caroline and wanting to be there for her daughter, but part of me just doesn't believe it. I don't believe that you can go from hating something to being okay with it, even though your daughter's part of it, just like that, you know?
We never talk like this,
Yeah.
ever. And today meant so much to me.
Me too.
Finally got to bond.
I know I can trust you,
I don't know that.
but you're never going to trust them.
Aww.
I'm going to take you home. You're going to forget that I'm a vampire. You'll remember you got sick with the flu. We bickered. You got better. And then your selfish little daughter, who loves you, no matter what, went right back to ignoring you.
Oh, that's so sad. It's another moment of Caroline having to put up with so much shit. Like, she loved today, and yes, she gets to keep those memories, but if you've got memories of something and the other person doesn't share them, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. I think it was. I think it was. Because she's right. Liz would never be able to trust them. She may trust her daughter and she may want to keep the secret for her daughter, but at the end of the day, she could never trust them. And the fact that Caroline had to do it herself.
Last number dialed. I wonder who that could possibly be.
No, don't provoke her.
Yo, Damon, you idiot.
Mason, should have been here an hour ago.
Wrong boy toy.
Uh-oh.
For once, you've surprised me. I assume Mason's with you.
He's
Right
dead.
beside me. All those hearts across the room.
You shouldn't have.
But he did.
You have no idea what you've just done.
Oh, did I
Oh,
put a kink in
God.
your master plan? I'm so sorry.
Do you honestly believe that I don't have a plan B?
Oh, I forgot plan B.
Who's she talking to?
I don't know. Everything go okay today?
Who is she talking to?
Of course, I understand. Elena, it's for you.
Who is it?
Catherine.
Hello, Elena.
Oh, no.
Did you enjoy your little rendezvous with Stefan this morning? I will always know, Elena.
Oh, shit.
Do you know how easy it was to get inside of your house? To replace Aunt Jenna's vervain perfume, to convince her to stop drinking her special tea?
What have they done to Jenna? Is she about to stab herself?
Jenna's been my little spy for days now. Unlike you, Jenna actually listens to me. So, when I suggest that the world would be a much better place for Jenna, no!
Oh my god, I knew it! I fucking knew she would do something like that!
Well, you get the idea.
You fucking bitch! Leave Jenna alone! Oh, she is so smart, though. Oh my god, she is so fucking smart, though. To sneak in and take away the vervain source without Elena knowing so that you could secretly do it, like, wow. I didn't even think of that. This is the problem with Katherine. She's always one step ahead. She always has another plan. She always has backup plans. She always has all the information before anyone else. So what can you do? Like, Jesus Christ. I hope Jenna's okay.
The doctors told Lark that she got lucky. She's gonna make it. She's gonna be okay.
Okay, thank God.
She's gonna pay, Elena.
Oh, God.
I don't know how, but she's gonna pay.
Oh, God. Uh-oh. Fire has been ignited within Jeremy.
Have you seen Mason?
The guy's been AWOL all day.
Actually, Tyler, Mason headed back to Florida. So, I guess it's just...
Is Tyler going to read the message and realize it wasn't from Mason, you know? Or are we just going to accept this as fact?
Sneaking around thinking that we weren't gonna get caught.
I agree. It was stupid. Like, did you really think that was going to work with Katherine?
All because we didn't listen to her because we're together.
Are they breaking up?
I've been so selfish because I love you so much. And I know how much you love me.
But
It's over. Stefan, it has to be. No, Stefan, it has to be.
I do think it does, even though it's bad. Like, I wish it didn't have to be this way, but...
Elena, I riled Katherine up. I wasn't thinking. I didn't think.
It doesn't matter. Damon, she won.
Problem is, Damon, you never do.
I apologize if I...
Who is she with?
Circumstances have changed suddenly, and...
Who is she with?
I need a werewolf, and I've lost the one that I had.
Is that Matt?
Now tell me what you're going to do to help me get a new one.
I'm going to go after Tyler Lockwood.
And you're not going to stop.
Until he kills him.
Until he kills me.
No. No. Oh, you conniving little bitch. Oh, no. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. As always, another amazing episode of The Vampire Diaries. We found out a lot this episode. Jesus Christ. There was just so many things revealed, but once again, so many things set up. And that is why I love this show so much. It not only answers your questions, but it replaces them with more. Which, I don't know. I love when shows do that. It just shows how good the writing is, you know? So, we started the episode with the scenes with Mason and Katherine, which revealed that they were actually in a relationship. I say relationship, you know what I mean. Because we all know, no matter how much in love Mason was with Katherine, she didn't give a shit. She may have gave a shit in the form of him filling a purpose that she needed, but she didn't really care about him. Now, I did find it interesting, though, that it's a relationship between a vampire and a werewolf, because you can look at a relationship between vampires and humans, and it's like predator-prey. It's weird, but like to actually have enemy-enemy together, it's very interesting. Like, these are natural enemies. They want to kill each other. So the fact that he was able to get past that with his curse, I don't know. I just found that really interesting. Now, from here, we moved on to the scene where Jeremy knocked on Damon's door, and I said it earlier, Damon was the only one that Jeremy could go to. If he went to Stefan, he would have told him no because Elena wants him kept away. He couldn't go to Elena because Elena wants him kept away. So the only person that he could really go to get him into this was Damon. And I do really like them together, I have to say. And not only that, but the scene later on when Alaric joins them, those three together, I love that dynamic because they've all got previous relationships with each other. You've got Jeremy trying to set up a relationship with Damon. You've got Jeremy and Alaric already have this bond from him being his teacher. Like, they seem to care about each other a bit. And then you've got the weird relationship between Damon and Alaric. So they all know each other and they're all kind of involved with each other. But to actually see them all together as a trio, I don't know. I like it. It feels like a team. It feels like a formed team who will work really well together. And I do really hope we get more of it. Now, we then had our first scene with Bonnie actually talking to Elena, which, it was annoying, to be honest, because I do like Bonnie. I don't know actually anymore. I liked Bonnie. Bonnie was one of my favorite characters in the beginning. But these past few episodes, one, we haven't seen her a lot. And two, when we see her, it angers me because she says such contradicting things. Like, she's saying that she's lost her friends. She's saying that she's not involved in Elena's life anymore. She's lost her friends because she's choosing not to see them. She's not involved in Elena's life because she's choosing not to want to hear about Stefan. You know, like, it's aggravating because she's put herself in these situations and then she's going to sit here and say these things have been taken away from me. No, you've let go of them. There's a big difference. It's just aggravating, you know, and I get why she's like it. I do. She literally saw Caroline murder a guy, but this is Caroline. You know she can't control it. She's trying her hardest and she's gotten a lot better since then, but Bonnie wouldn't know that because she's staying away. Now, we then moved on to the first scene with Liz, where we kind of saw the armor cracking. We started to see Liz question her idea as to whether Caroline is actually dead, because she's been sitting there this whole time thinking, my daughter's gone. She's been turned into this monster. Like, she's gone. But she's not. And Caroline proved that, because when Caroline was going to give her the food and they started arguing, she said, "This is what you're always like," which I think that was the first time that it's really entered Liz's head that this is Caroline. She's still there. She has all the memories. She has the same thoughts and feelings. Some things are amplified. Some things have changed a bit, but she's still Caroline. And it was really nice to see them not bond. That wasn't the scene that they bonded, but it was nice to see Liz try and get to know Caroline, try and understand it, and not just think she's a monster and be done with it, you know? Now, from there, we had the very awkward scene between Jeremy and Elena, where Elena said, "I don't want you to be involved in this." And he was like, "I don't give a shit what you want. I'm going to do it." Which is, I get the mindset. I really do. I get both sides. I get that Elena wants to protect Jeremy, but we've seen so many times in this show that when you try and protect people, a lot of the time you're putting them in danger because they're not able to protect themselves because they don't know. So I think her keeping him out of this might not be the best idea. But then I can also see Jeremy's side where she hid so much from him. She had his memory erased without his knowledge. She made all of these decisions for him. So for her to come up to him and say, "I don't want you in this," he doesn't give a shit what she wants, because what she wants has caused so much damage to him that no matter if she's right or wrong, he's not going to listen. So I like that they did point that out and point out that while they may be getting along at the moment, he's still holding this feeling of, "You're not controlling me anymore," you know? So we then moved on to a scene where Elena was getting annoyed at Stefan for not telling her everything, which I do get. And I feel like Stefan could have been a bit better at explaining it. But Elena going and calling him is just such a stupid move, because the whole point of keeping this a secret is so that Katherine doesn't find out. So for you to vocally explain it when you don't know who she's compelled, you don't know if she's there listening, for you to ask him to explain it vocally is so dumb, because then she's just going to hear, you know? It's just, I didn't understand it. I get why Elena's feeling like that, but her going out of the way and doing that, why? Now we then moved on to another scene with Caroline and Liz, where Caroline was just going through all of the basics of being a vampire, everything that goes on with it, and it was so nice to actually see them bond, because I don't think we've ever seen it. I don't think we've ever seen a positive moment between her and her mum where they don't just end up fighting. So it was definitely nice to see. It was tainted over by what happened later on, but we'll get there. But for now, it was just very nice to see them bond and for Caroline to sort of get closure and to understand a lot more and for her to love her mum more, because they've always had a very rough relationship. Now, from here, we saw a bit of development on Bonnie's powers, as she was actually able to force a vision and see where things were, which she said that she couldn't before. So we're seeing Bonnie's powers advance. I wish we saw more of Bonnie so that we could see that more often, but I don't know. I hope that with this episode, her bonding with Caroline, we do get to see more Bonnie and we see a lot more positive Bonnie, because they've been screwing her over, really, haven't they? Like, let's be real. The writers and all that have been screwing her over because they've just made her into this very bitter, negative person. And I want to see some happiness for Bonnie, and I want to see some happiness from Bonnie. You know, it's so sad to just see someone in this depressive state for so long. She doesn't deserve it. Now, from here, we had Damon torturing Mason, which was revealed that he does really love Katherine, which just, it's so annoying to see these same people fall into the same traps, you know, like, you just see all of these men falling for her and falling for her lies, and you can't really blame them because they don't have all the information. They don't know what we know. But when you're coming from an outside perspective where you know how manipulative she is, it's so frustrating seeing all these people fall for her and do her bidding when she doesn't give a shit. She really doesn't, you know? It's just like, I wish that you didn't do that. I wish that you just were a bit smarter, but what can you do? So we then moved on to the well scene, which had something that I'd never even thought of. Why didn't it even occur to me that covering an item that you're trying to hide in vervain is the best way to stop a vampire from getting it? Because I don't know why it didn't occur to me, because it's so fucking simple. I think that's the thing. It's so simple that it didn't even enter my mind. Having a well of water where it's so far down that if a vampire jumps in and they're being burned, they can't jump out. They can't climb out because they're currently in so much pain. Like, how effective of a trap is that? Not just to hide something, but a trap. Like, the moonstone couldn't have even been down there. If he just lied and said it was there and all shit like that, he would have been stuck down there and he was fucked. It's just a really interesting concept. I know I'm talking about it not like Stefan was just almost murdered, but I love stuff like that where they use in-universe things that I've never even thought of. Like, it never even entered my mind that you could use vervain that way. Now, we then had the scene where Damon actually murdered Mason, which, if we backtrack a tiny bit to when Jeremy was there, it's what I was saying earlier. I like that Jeremy is going with Damon. I like that he's learning these things and he's being included. But it being Damon is the issue because I don't want Damon to teach Jeremy the wrong things. I don't want Jeremy to get this spiteful revenge vibe off of Damon, because Damon is the kind of person that if you wrong him, you're fucked. Like, you've wronged him, you're now the enemy. No matter what, you're the enemy. So I don't want Jeremy to take that and use it himself. Because like we were seeing in the future when he's comforting Elena after seeing Jenna in the hospital, he said she's going to pay. And there was a certain look in his eyes as if he has already learned from Damon. And I don't want that for Jeremy. I want him to be involved. I want him to join the crew, but I don't want him to go on this revenge path and be fueled by rage, because it's not healthy. So then Damon did the one thing that I said when I first saw it that I didn't want to see again, which was ripping Mason's heart out. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is about that version of killing that makes me feel so uncomfortable compared to others. Like, there are so many ways that you can murder someone that make me feel uncomfortable. Most of the time, it's like slitting of the neck or wrists or anything like that. So to have someone reach their hand in and take your heart out, it makes me feel so uncomfortable. And I didn't want to see it again. And as soon as he said that Catherine's going to rip his heart out, I knew what he was about to do. And no, I don't like it. Really don't like it. But anyway... So we then moved on to the final scene with Caroline and Liz, where they had this moment of bonding, and Liz said, look, I'm not going to tell anyone. Don't make me forget. I love seeing you like this. You're strong. You're so much better of a person than you used to be. And she was actually proud of her daughter for once, which was beautiful to see. But Caroline did something that I think we all knew was necessary. I wish it wasn't. I wish that Liz could come on their side and be their ally and work with them, but she would never be able to trust them. She couldn't, especially with Damon on their side, because Damon has killed. Damon has done shit. So it's not the same with like Caroline, but then even then she doesn't know that Caroline killed the guy, but I'm just talking like personality wise. She may trust her daughter, but her daughter being around these people, it might have just got too much for her at one point, and she might have, I don't know, in a fit of just being scared, stabbed one of them, like staked them. Like, I don't know. She was just a very loose cannon to have around. So I do agree that Caroline made the right decision in compelling her to forget, but once again, it's shit for Caroline. It's just every fucking episode we have something good happening with Caroline, and it's taken away from her. And yes, you can argue that she did this herself, but if she hadn't have done it, someone else would. And if she hadn't have done it and no one else did, it would have been a problem. Something would have happened. So she didn't really have a choice in the matter. And it's just so fucked up that she's having to deal with this stuff all the time. I just want Caroline to have a good life. I want Caroline to get the good things. It's upsetting. She's 100% my favorite character now. She's really grown on me so much. Oh my God, I remember early episodes. She used to annoy the hell out of me. So to go from that to her being my favorite character is amazing. I love her. I love her whole vibe. Just beautiful. I love her. Now, we then moved on to the scene with Damon taunting Katherine, which I'm not surprised about. Any chance that Damon can get to piss her off, he's going to do, because she hurt him so deeply that it's just that like vengeful, spiteful nature that Damon has, which I wish he didn't. I wish he could work on it and get past it, but what can we do? So he taunted her, and she revealed that she's always got a backup plan. She always knew. She knew that Elena and Stefan were doing this. She knew that it was all a lie, and not only did she have a backup plan, she already had it in place. She'd already got all of this stuff from Jenna and had this plan in place in case things happened. Like, she's always one step ahead. She always has more information than anyone else. No one can get ahead of her, because how do you get ahead of someone who's already thought ahead of you? You know what I mean? Like, they've already got a plan on a plan on a plan. So you countering their next plan? There's no point, because she's got 4 others in the waiting. It's so hard to fight someone like that. And I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to beat her. And evidently, it doesn't look like they can. Like, she won this episode. So after the phone call with Elena, it was then revealed that Katherine had replaced Jenna's Vervain perfume with something else and had been compelling her for days and getting all the information from her, which it made so much sense, because when you look back at the start and Jenna was talking to Stefan and he said, me and Elena are on a break, and she said, that's not what I heard this morning. It's like, I should have seen it coming, because that was just such a weird scene to set up. Why would they have set that scene up if not for another reason? So I'm annoyed at myself for not realizing, but she's just so fucking clever, Katherine. She's so clever. Who has a plan on a plan on a plan already in place? Like, she had this in place. She already had Jenna set up to stab herself. She was just waiting for the right time in case anything happened. Just like I was saying before, she's always one step ahead, and it's scary. How do you fight that? So leading from that scene, we obviously had the hospital scene, which I was talking about before, where Jeremy said that I'm going to make her pay, which I'm scared about, but we'll see what he means, whether he's going to team up with Damon, because obviously Damon said to Elena later on, like, I'm sorry I didn't think about it, which is classic Damon. He didn't think about it. I hate to say it because I do like him as a character, but he didn't think about it. And it's just so aggravating to see someone cause all of these issues for the same things over and over and over and not realize that he's the problem. So then obviously we moved on to the hospital scene where we had Jeremy hugging Elena, and we found out that Jenna was going to be okay, thank God. And Jeremy did the thing where he said, I'm going to make her pay. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's going to team up with Damon or Damon and Alaric and take her down, but we'll have to see on that front. But Jeremy, that was a look I've never seen from Jeremy. That was pure, like, I'm gonna make her pay. Now from there, we obviously had the scene that everyone's going to be thinking of with this episode, which was Stefan and Elena actually breaking up. And I think it's been a long time coming, and I think it should happen. Do I think that they might get back together in the future? I don't know. I think they will. I do think they will, because they seem like Endgame, but I can't see it while Catherine's around, because what can they do? They have to kill her or get rid of her for them to ever have a chance together, or else people around them are just going to start dying. So I do think it was necessary. It was still sad, and I have really grown to love them together. I was iffy at the start of season 1, simply because of how it was set up, because you can't deny it was a bit creepy that Stefan knew all about her and lied to her. Like, he was talking to her under false pretenses. He already knew about her. But I have grown to like them together, and they definitely do work together. So I hope that they do get back together in the future. But like I said, I can't see it being now. I can't see it being soon, because the whole reason they broke up was because of Katherine. And with her always being one step ahead of anyone, I can't see them taking her out soon. Now, on top of this scene, we also had Damon come along and say, look, I'm sorry. I didn't think it through. This is my fault. It is. It is your fault. And I love you. I've really grown to like you as a character. But you make all of these same mistakes over and over and over, and it's so aggravating to see the same person make the same mistakes for the same things. Like, please just learn from this and grow, Damon. It's all I ask. Like, he doesn't want to learn from this because it makes him feel good to get back at Katherine, but he doesn't understand the damage that he's causing. So hopefully this will ignite a flame under his arse and he will actually get to growing, but we'll see. So we ended the episode finding out that Katherine has compelled Matt into pissing off Tyler to the point of murdering him, no matter what it takes. So I don't know. Can someone explain? Can a compel be compelled? Can Matt be taken out of this by another vampire compelling him? Does age have something to do with it? Does Katherine being older mean that her compel outweighs someone else's? Or is it like a stationary power that they can all use and they can all alter? Because if not, then what the fuck do they do except get Katherine to undo it? It's an interesting dilemma, but she says she needs another werewolf. Why? She wants this moonstone. She needed a werewolf with her. We know that apparently it takes the curse away. Can it also give the curse to someone? But then why would she be going through all of this effort just to give the curse to someone? And I was thinking before, can it be like used to take the vampire curse away and you'd be human again? But I don't think so. One, because it's a moonstone, and we already know that the moon is meant for werewolves and the sun's meant for vampires. And also, vampires have to die to become vampires. Like, you have to die to finish the transformation. So taking the curse away surely would just leave you dead. It wouldn't take you back to being human. We've got like a little bit more information. It's starting to piece together, but we haven't got the main course yet. We don't understand why she wants it and why she needs a werewolf for it. So I'm excited to find that out. But yes, anyway, I think that covers everything. So on to question time. So first up, are you glad Damon killed Mason? Glad's the wrong word. I do think he had to die. I do think that he needed to go because he's their natural enemy. He was working with Katherine. He was in love with her. Like, you weren't going to get him to be on our side. So I do think it was necessary, but glad is the wrong word. I don't think he really deserved it because he went through all of this because Katherine forced his transformation. She forced this curse on him. So I don't think you can really blame him, but the actions that he made were definitely wrong. So I don't know. I'm not glad, but I do think he needed to die. Next up, do you think Liz was being truthful when she said she would keep a secret that Caroline was a vampire? I think that in the moment she believed it. No, I don't know though. I'm torn. I'm like 50-50 on either she meant it in the moment, but in the future, she would have slipped up because she doesn't trust all the other vampires. But then I'm also under the mindset of, was this her trying to manipulate Caroline into giving her all of this information, release her, and then she tells the council and all of that shit? Because she is a police officer. She's part of the council. She's grown up her whole life being told the vampires are wrong and evil. So it's understandable why she would be like it. And that's why I don't trust her, because it's understandable. So I don't know on that one. I'm more inclined to believe that she did believe it in the moment. And if she were to tell anyone, she wouldn't tell them about Caroline. She would keep her daughter a secret, but we'll never know now, you know? Right, next up, do you think that Bonnie will finally be on Katherine, Stefan, Damon, and Elena's side? I think we've had progress. I think that her saying, yeah, come with me to Caroline was definitely progress, because it was Bonnie going out of her way to be with Caroline and spend time with her. Do I think that she's fully there yet? 100% not. She does not trust them fully yet. She needs time before she does that. But it's nice to see her making an effort, because that's what's been annoying me this whole time. She's been saying all this stuff, but she's put no effort in. The only effort she's put in is to avoiding everyone. So I'm happy to see that she's actually trying. Right, next up, what are your thoughts on Caroline and Liz's relationship? It's sad. It really is sad, because when you saw Caroline compelling her mum and saying all those things to make it more believable, like your selfish little daughter went back to ignoring you again, it's so sad, because you know that Caroline at this point in time is so aware of her mistakes with her mum and so aware of these problems in their relationship and how to fix it, but there's nothing she can do. Like, she had to make the compel believable, and she had to make everything go back to normal for both of their safety. So it's just, it's sad to see, because it was so nice to see them finally bond, and for Liz to say to Caroline, like, it's so nice to see you so confident and sure of yourself, because it's so true, because she's always been so insecure and so unsure of herself, that to see her own mum say that to her must have been so fulfilling to Caroline. So to have her now erase all of that, it's so sad. And once again, I just feel bad for Caroline, but what can you do? Next up, what do you think about how Katherine is always one step ahead of everyone at all times? It's fucking annoying, but it makes sense to have someone as old as we think she is, like she seems to be quite old. To have lived that long, you would grow to be very smart and very scheming, especially if she was around during a lot of the awful times in human history. She's seen a lot and she's been through a lot. You can understand why she is this way, and you can understand how she's gotten so good at it. Like, you give someone enough time, they're going to be able to read any person they come along with ease. And I think that's how she does it. She's always one step ahead because she knows people. She's seen so many humans in her life that she understands how humans work more than anyone else. So it's so easy to manipulate them and to get information from them, especially when you can compel them. Like, that alone is such an amazing power and such a helpful gift. So while I think it's annoying, I definitely think it's believable. Now, next up, what did you think of Jeremy involving himself in all this stuff and seeking Damon's partnership? I liked it. I like that Jeremy's actively trying to include himself because Elena wouldn't do it. And I like seeing more of a confident Jeremy who's trying to help the group. But like I was saying before, going to Damon might not be the best route, because while I do enjoy seeing them together, Damon's not a very good influence. We'll see where that goes. Like I said before, we've already seen how it's influenced him by saying he's going to get revenge. So I hope that Damon changes, and with that helps Jeremy change, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, next up, doesn't Paul Wesley have the most beautiful cry face ever? He does. I mean, whatever he does, he looks beautiful, let's be real. Both the Salvatore brothers, like Ian and Paul, how they managed to get these two godlike actors is just beyond me. Like, they got so fucking lucky with that. Like, especially when you look at their target audience, like, they did good. They did good, let's be real. But yes, moving on. Finally, did you like Bonnie taking mini steps and trying to rebuild her friendship with Elena and Caroline by helping the Salvatores? I loved it. I really did. Like, I was saying earlier how annoyed she was making me because of how she was behaving towards everyone. But I don't know. It's nice to see someone taking the steps, even though I think they could have been taken earlier. I'm never going to sit here and say that I don't like someone because it took them too long. The fact that she did it anyway is great. I'm very happy that she's taking these steps. It is annoying how long it took, definitely, but it's nice to see her making an effort. So yes, that was another amazing episode of The Vampire Diaries. Like I was saying before, we found out a lot, but we also got more questions. So we didn't really solve anything, but we're definitely getting more pieces to the puzzle, which I'm really excited about. But yes, Thank you very much for watching. I have left a link down below to my Patreon where you'll be able to find the early and uncut reactions to The Vampire Diaries and all the other shows that I do. If you enjoyed my reaction, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.